What is the deal, man? So check this out. In this video, we're going to be talking about the setups that Wall Street puts in place to be able to take your money and frustrate you. All right. So the market is in a very interesting place right now, and I've over the year I've noticed like the patterns that I've been seeing, but also I see how people are getting tricked out of giving Wall Street your money. All right. So we're gonna talk about that in this video. If you're just tuning in, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. And also, if you've been making money off of anything that we've been doing, or if you're in Discord, then drop it in the comments below and let me know how much money you made today or this week. All right. So there's two traps that I'm going to talk about first, and then there's a whole bunch of other traps that don't have a real name. Okay, but I'm seeing so many traps in the market, and it really can put you in the blender. All right. I like to say, man, don't get put in the blender. The blender is you getting, thrown whichever way in the market and just going whichever way and being a victim to what the market is doing. All right. So let's get out of the blender and let's get locked in. So two traps. First thing, you got a bull trap and you got a bear trap. What do I always say? The stock market operates inversely. So anything that it does to the upside, it's going to do to the downside, right? So when you have, what is a bull trap? A bull trap is when the stock market makes it seem like everything is going to the upside, and then it doesn't, and then it ends up going to the downside. So you get in your calls to the upside. Now you're locked in your position, right? You're down 8%, you think it's going to recover, and then it ends up dropping more, and then you give Wall Street 20-30% of your money, right? That's a bull trap. And I'll show you guys on the charts what I'm talking about as well. What's the next thing? A bear trap. It's the same exact thing, right? Everything is red, and then you think that everything is going to go to the downside. It doesn't. You're in a position, you get in your puts, you're down 5-6%. You're like, I'm gonna wait it out. I'm gonna let it recover, and then it goes off to the upside, and now you down 50-70%, right? And now you hoping that the stock reverses so you can make some of your profits back. All right. So there's a lot of things that need to happen in order for you not to get, tricked out of your positions and stuff like that, and getting tricked out of getting in the positions. This is extremely important. Now, when we're talking about traps, a couple things I want you to understand. Gap ups, gap downs, those are two big things. So when a stock gaps up, which means that the stock opened up higher than where it closed at the previous day, you think that it's just going to keep going up. What happens? Sometimes that stock will fill the gap that night. You get what I'm saying? And then so you'll get in calls, and then it fills the gap, and then you get out, and then it ends up going back to the upside, or a gap down. It gaps down, you think it's going to keep going down, and then it ends up going up to fill the gap, and it'll keep going up, or it'll come back down. All right. So those are bull and bear traps, but those gap ups, they can really confuse you. So you want to make sure that you're always paying attention. If I'm going to trade a stock, did the stock gap up or did the stock gap down? First things first. If the stock did not gap down, in whatever direction that the stock goes in, that's probably the direction that the stock will go in, right? So those are very important to understand. Also, understanding your time frames. And I want you guys to start looking at the daily time frame also, because last night we had a lot of bearish engulfings on the daily charts, which meant that things was going to be coming down today. But there was a lot of traps in the actual market, okay? And people always say, avoid the chop, right? What does avoid the chop mean? It means that when you see stocks just kind of consolidating and not going nowhere, not going in a real direction, you need to avoid that. Don't get in those trades, okay? Don't get in trades that just because you want to get in a trade. Because just because you want to get in a trade does not mean that the trade is going to go your way. And also, a lot of times in the stock market, things that are obvious and that are logical based on your technical analysis, they will do the opposite. And so you really want to make sure that you're being studious and you're being patient, and you're not just getting into things just because you want to get into them. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the charts, and I'm going to show y'all some of these traps that they be setting and people be falling for it every single day. All right. So let's go. So right here, let's look at Robinhood. So first thing, so right here, this is definitely an uptrend, right? But before that, this was a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, so right here I have this this level. Okay, this is a support level right here, this green line, and this is also a support level. Okay, this is on a 5-minute time frame. Now this is a support level of 43.46, and basically if the stock closed below this level right here, then it really was supposed to go down to $40, right? Based on technicals. But look what happened. Okay, it closed, half of the candle closed right here. All right, number one, if I see a stock and half of the candle closes, I'm not gonna count that as a closure. Okay, so if I see it halfway closes, I'm still gonna be skeptical, because I've seen it to where a stock can come down just like this red candle, and then there's another green candle and it goes right back up above the level. Right? I want to see a full candle close below this level right here, and that will help me get in. All right. And then I want to look at a confirmation candle. Okay. So let's make sure we got this situated. We got a closure above or below. Okay. And then we got a confirmation candle as well. Okay. And then also I want to add this, the time frame. Okay, so these three things matter. So let's look at this. So, and also when you see a lot of wicks on a candle, and you see like big wicks to the downside and to the upside, man, you don't even worry about that, because all that means is the stock is going up and down, and you don't know what the actual direction is, and so you could get stopped out of your positions, and then you can end up losing a lot of money. Right? So like I say, this is the 5-minute time frame right here. Okay, and then this is the 15-minute time frame right here. Okay, so let's look at this real quick. Now we have this candle right here. Okay, so look, on a 5-minute, that candle is right here. You see what I'm saying? So it looks like the stock is going to just keep going down, right? Because that's a pretty big red candle. But on a 15-minute, it's just a wick, right? It's just a wick. So I want to bring your attention to right here. It is just a wick. Okay? So we're going to type this in right here. Just a wick on the 15-minute. All right? So we want to make sure that we're paying attention to multiple time frames, because you can get tricked out thinking that, oh, this candle closed, it's about to go to the floor, and then it doesn't, because on a 15-minute, all it was a wick. This is buying pressure right here. So buying pressure pushed the stock back up. All right. And then it wicked down here and it came down here. And then you could think that, okay, it's really going to come down because it came around resistance, it rejected, and then boom. But this was the actual move. Okay. It wasn't going to move lower than this. And we see that because it reversed right here. All right. So this is like a trap right here. So you want to make sure you're being patient and you're going in between a 5-minute and also the 15-minute, right? So let me give you another one on Shopify. Now let's look at this real quick. Shopify has a gap, right? Look at this massive gap right here. Look at this massive gap right here, right? So we go to Shopify. There is a gap from here. It's already been filled a little bit right here and right here. So we have a gap from right here to right here, right? So let me mark that for you guys. So boom. All right. And so this is a gap from $99 all the way down to $90. So that's a $10 move, right, on Shopify. That's a gap. So I'm going to type this in right here. Gap. All right. So now look at this. This is on the daily time frame right now, but let's go to the 5-minute time frame. On the 5-minute time frame, we see that Shopify closed below this level. So what does that mean? Realistically and logically speaking, this stock should have came down to that $90, right? But Wall Street really plays games, and they will literally make the stock go up and down, up and down, up and down, and then come back up. You get what I'm saying? And then maybe 3 days later, the stock will fill the gap, right? I've seen this happen on so many stocks. If we go look at, sometimes it'll take multiple days for a stock to fill a gap because Wall Street doesn't want to give you that they don't want to give you that move in one day. They ain't going to give it to you easy. They're going to make you work for it. All right. So as you can see right here, look what happened. All right. So you would think that it's coming down, but no, they're going to play with you. They're going to tease you. It's going to come back up. And then a couple of days later, it's going to come down, or they're going to gap the stock down so that you're not getting the move. And therefore you need to swing the trade in order to make it happen. All right. But on the daily time frame, all we see is a wick. Okay. Now let's go look at AVGO. AVGO did the same exact thing. Watch this. A couple days ago, this was on Friday, right? On Friday. So on Friday, let's go to Friday on the 30-minute, or we'll say the 15-minute. On Friday, this is Friday. All right, cool. So this is a gap that needs to be filled on AVGO. Look what happened. It came down, it closed below, right? And then it went back up, and then later on it came back down a little bit lower, and that was it. And then it came back up, right? All right, cool. But then look what happened. On Monday, it came down a little bit lower, and then it came down to fill the gap. You see what I'm saying? And then it came, and then it gapped down a little bit, and now it's below the gap. So it filled the gap after it showed you what it was trying to do. Okay, so this right here, when we're talking about a massive gap, we're talking about $10, $15. Okay, we're not talking about a $1, $2 gap. We're talking about a big gap here. So it came down, you think it's gonna go down, it doesn't, it goes back up, and then you get out of your position, and then the next day, it goes down and it fills that gap. This is a trap right here, right? So you got to understand, and you got to make sure you understand, okay, I'm looking at the time frames, and I'm looking at the EMAs and everything, because if we go to the daily, we can see that, let's go to the daily, and we can see that, look, right here, a small piece of the candle closed, well, it opened here, and then it ended up going up there, right? But the stock had ended up gapping down, right? The stock closed here on Wednesday, and then this is Thursday. All right, so the stock closed here at 198. It gapped down to here at 195, and then it ended up closing up here. But then the stock gapped up here, and then it ended up closing down here. So these are the traps right here, right? These are the traps that they play. So we can't be falling for these traps right here. Right? Even though we know things make sense and it should happen when we think they are, it's not going to happen that way. So you got to be nimble and you got to be patient. Let me give you guys another example, right, of the traps that they play. Airbnb. All right. Let's look at the daily time frame. All right, cool. So I had called out Airbnb, and I called out this gap fill right here, right? So we got from here to here is a gap fill, right? That's earnings. Right? All right, cool. Look what happened. It came right here. Let me get this out the way. All right. So this is what Airbnb did. It had earnings. It beat earnings. It shot up. All right. It wicked right here at the level. And then it came right here, down here, and it wicked up, and then it went back up. So it closed right at the level. And then it gapped down, right? Came down a little lower, and then it gapped down a little bit, and then it shot all the way down, right? So what they'll do is they'll gap things down just to make you feel unsure and uncertain of what's gonna go on, right? So they'll gap things up and they'll gap things down just to confuse you, but you know the ultimate move of the actual stock. You get what I'm saying? So it filled the gap, but look how many days it took to fill the gap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It took 6 days for this gap to fill, right? It's not just going to happen in one day. The stock ain't going to go from 158 all the way down to 140 in a day, in an hour, because we want to make millions of dollars real quick. You get what I'm saying? Let's look at another example, all right? Because I really study this stuff, and I'll be seeing this stuff clear as day. So let's look at another example, All right, let's look at Netflix. Right here, Netflix has this gap, right? And this gap is from $954 all the way down to $866, okay? Now, what is this gap? This gap is literally from their earnings. So look what it did. It came down to the level, it tested the level, it bounced off. All right, then we had a red day. This is a bearish engulfing right here. Okay, that's a bearish signal. And now look what, now this is today right here, right? Now let's look at what Netflix did. So today, this is on a 15-minute time frame. It came down here. This is the gap, the start of the gap at 9:53. It came all the way down to 9:48. So it made people think that it was gonna go down, and then what ended up happening? It went back up. And that's on the 15, but let's look at the 5-minute. If you look at the 5-minute, you see that, so it came down, boom, right? And then it came down again, a little bit more, baited people into getting in the puts, and then boom, it went right back up. All right, this is another trap. But look, this is doing the exact same thing that AVGO did, that Airbnb did, that so many stocks did. So these are all traps that are being set. So you want to make sure you're being patient and you understand what's going to happen. You have to be patient and you got to understand what's going to happen. And you got to have patience in your plays. All right. So those are some of the traps that they do. Gapping up and gapping down really confuses people. So you got to really be patient. And you got to really understand the charts and the daily time frame and the different time frames so that you're not getting baited and you're not getting taken advantage of and you're not getting taken for a ride and you're not getting put in the blender, right? So the market is so intricate, but at the same time it's so simple, right? It's all about the psychology. It's not just charts. It's charts, psychology, your intuition, and so many other things, and it all blends together. And then that's how you become the trader that you are. All right? So don't fall for the traps. Be patient. Don't try to predict anything. Wait for signals, right? Wait for signals. Know your levels. Know your levels and be patient with all your trading. Okay, know where everything is at in relation to your EMAs and all of that stuff. Know if things are oversold. Know if they're overbought. Know what the market sentiment is. Okay, do not be afraid of the market, but you have to be educated. And I always say the more you study, the less you worry. All right, so I hope this video was helpful. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and always remember, get out of your head and go get into the world because your head is a dangerous place to live. All right, I'm gonna see you guys on the next video. Peace.